Good evening, everybody. Today is my first video post. It's about 4:30 in the evening. Market's gone up again. Well, I wanted to give a quick update on where we are heading with the index and what can we expect at least in the next couple of days. And I certainly think that the next couple of days are going to be very crucial for the markets, both in terms of the U.S. markets, world markets, and for our Indian markets as well. Um, So I wanted to quickly look at Bank Nifty, Nifty, and a couple of stocks as well as the Dow Jones Index, just to see where we are and where we could possibly head to. Um, Earlier, I actually looked at this entire structure. It seemed like a wolf-wave structure to me, which had a target of about 9,800 or 10,000 odd levels. But soon after the structure actually formed, it seemed more like a Gartley to me. Which seemed like this is actually completed roughly about 96% this entire leg up right from this top. So one can actually look at actually going short at these levels about 9,200, 9,230 with a tight stop at 9,278. Anything about this level, I'd expect this Gartley to actually get invalidated, and we should probably head higher. Sorry, to about 9,800 or 10,000 odd levels. Similarly, we've got a very similar pattern with Nifty, but just that this somehow doesn't seem like a very good wolf wave structure to me because we've got this descending trend line. We are highly overbought, and I don't expect us to head all the way up to about 5,500 or 5,600 odd levels. Um, the good news is that this is again a very good Gartley pattern. It's already retraced close to about 200 and I'd say 215 or 16 odd percent. Probably got another couple of points to go, right? More in terms of about 50, 70, 50, 50 odd levels. Anything beyond our previous high, which is around the 5,100 odd levels, I'd say one should probably exit any shorts that they have and probably look for this level. But even around these levels, I'd probably expect a brief correction, probably to the 4,700 or 4,800 odd levels before heading up anyway. Um, I wanted to give a quick look at the Dow Jones and where we are with this index. For some reason, I was expecting this to actually stop around here. This seemed like a inverted head and shoulders pattern, but for some reason I don't think it looks very convincing either. Um, we've got this one last resistance around the 12,740 odd range. Plus we've got another area which is the 12,800 and 70 odd range. So if I look at this entire leg, right from the top to the bottom, this is 88%. So if it actually reverses from here, which is the 12,600 odd range, I'd say that this entire move is actually an X wave, which should probably head probably closer to this range, which is around the 10,500 level. And this actually coincides fairly well with my analysis on Nifty as well. If you look at this entire chart, the index is actually trading in a pretty big channel. We've got two touches at the bottom trend line. This one actually didn't happen at all. So if I look at just the Gartley pattern, I'd expect at least the 227 to I'd say about 161 to 127%, say about 4,200 to 4,400. In worst cases, I can even expect a thousand odd point drop from here. So I'd say in the range of about 3.9 is where we can actually head to. But to be a little more conservative, I'd say about 4.2 is a good number to look at. After which we should probably head back up all the way here, which is in the range of about 5,600 odd levels. Um, so post that, I think we should probably have another leg down. I'm not sure how far that would go. Um, Looking at a couple of stocks, let's talk about Adani Power. And this was one stock that I was looking at. I actually shorted this one yesterday at about 85 odd levels. My stop's just a little above 89 or 90 on a closing basis. So I'm expecting this one to reverse fairly quickly with a target closer to about 62 to 58. This one has a wolf wave, which kind of overshot. Similar stocks, I'd say ICICI Bank. Hit it once, I probably say 810, 815. One more test around this trend line, and then bam, we should probably go around 600 odd levels. I want to talk about RCOM. This one's actually completed one as well, around the 90 odd range. So I would continue holding this one as a short. If I look at DLF, I think this one's got another 5 or 7 rupees, a little more to go. I'd say in the next 2 or 3 days we should probably look at completing all of these wolf waves uh, on some of these stocks and probably head much lower. I'd say for DLF we should probably head around the range of 160, which is just this trend line. After which we should probably look at heading all the way back up closer to about 220, 230 odd levels. Um, I was also looking at a couple of other stocks, primarily the stocks which I mentioned on my blog, like Emphasis. If I look at Emphasis, it had a very good reversal. Like I stated, I mean this one just turned around from 363 odd levels and currently trading about 343. Um, I'd say hold on to these stocks for at least a month and a half. Probably by Feb end of or a couple of weeks in March, we should probably see these trading at their lows, forming new lows as well. Um, I actually had a lot of shorts that I taken up, like Tata Steel was one of my favorites. This one actually completed its wolf wave around 440, so it may head closer to about 440, 449, and then probably reverse closer to 300 and 252 odd levels. Um, and from a long-term perspective, this stock looks probably a very good buy around 250 odd levels. I'd say one can actually hold it till about 550 or even head up to about 800 odd levels. Tata Motors, very interesting stock. I did mention that around 220, which was the prior wolf wave that we had on this one, kind of met. Again, depends on how much more the index or the Nifty is going to head up. So this one's going to consolidate pretty much around 220, 223 or 225, and then probably head all the way back down to about 130 odd levels. Provided we have a break below this trend line. Um, for example, if you take a look at CNXIT, CNXIT had a similar pattern that it formed. Um, we had a very similar pattern. I was expecting it to probably run all the way till 7,500, but due to the dollar and all of those things happening, um, the stock's actually taking support around this range. So probably a convincing break below this low. I'd say around 5,700 odd levels. We can actually see this going down probably closer to about 4.8. Um, I'd say in about 2 or 3 months. So I'd stay away from the IT stocks for now. This is another interesting stock, Urban Offshore. Seems to have reversed for some reason. Uh, it had a wolf wave, uh, but for some reason I have no idea. This has just been running around up and down every couple of days. Uh, if it actually goes above this 449 odd levels, I'd say that this head and shoulder pattern would actually get invalidated, or maybe we may have a new head and shoulder pattern that's emerging. From a long-term perspective, I don't know. One could probably look at adding on dips closer to its base, which is around, I think it's uh, 300 odd levels. Yep. One could look at adding this from an investment perspective at 300 odd levels. Uh, Another one which I actually shorted earlier yesterday, which was ABB. I shorted this at actually 715 odd levels. This one's actually met its wolf wave target as well, around 730. I'm holding these pretty much for targets of like 481 and probably even to cover this gap, which is around 560, 568 odd levels. That's all I had, folks. Probably another update later this week. Thanks for your time.